let's continue talking about text tool related things. The first thing I want to do before we really get to that is I want to talk about these two arrow tools that we use a lot, kind of a reminder. Any of you who are familiar with Illustrator know, and I keep saying this, that this is all very similar to Illustrator. And we've got the black arrow, and then we've got the white arrow. And remember that everything in InDesign is in a box like we see the yellow box around the headline. And the thing about every box and container is that it's nothing more than individual points and paths. And so with the black arrow, we can move the entire box and reshape it and do things like that. And with the white arrow, we can access the individual anchor points of any of the boxes that type or a graphic are in. And so by simply clicking and dragging with the white arrow, we can reshape this text box. And in the case of the text, you see that it causes the text to flow and move around inside the box in whatever shape we make it. So I just want to point that out before we move on. And everything is points and paths. And we can even, if for any shape, once again, we can even go into a shape and add anchor points. I'm going to the pen tool and go to the plus pen, and I can click on this existing shape, adding more anchor points, and then with the white arrow, come in here and you can see that I can literally reshape the box again according to those new anchor points that I just put into this shape. And also you can use the minus pen to remove anchor points once you have added some. So there you have it. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is whenever we have a text box, like we have our body copy blocks here, normally, like we have here, you don't see the boxes. You don't see the boxes that the text is in. Okay, great. But from time to time, you're going to have copy inside a box you may see in a publication to make it stand out, like we see here with my headline, the yellow box with the black border on it. What we are seeing that's different here is we can see the box and the container that the type is in. And I'm going to click on this block of text down here, this body copy, and when I colorize the box that the text is in, then clearly what you're going to see is the box itself. Obviously we can't see the box that this text is in, but we can clearly see the box that this text is in. And when, because it has a border or it has a color fill like this does, you can see the box. It's extremely important and that you don't make a very amateurish mistake, which is that the text bumps out to the edges of the box, because as you can see, it just doesn't look right. It looks amateurish. And so whenever we can see the box for whatever reason, we want to have the text pushed in or pulled in from the edges a little bit so that it looks professional and not amateurish. We can accomplish that in a couple of different ways. The easiest is to click on it. Notice I'm doing it with the black arrow. And we're going to go up under Object, and I want to introduce this dialog box, Text Frame Options, under Object. And it has a couple of very important, useful things, and we're going to come back to it. And so I'm going to bring that dialog box up. And right in the middle, it says Inset Spacing. Inset Spacing. And notice that when I start to click on this and add uh, some numbers in here, you're going to be able to see that change reflected here. Now, one important thing is in any dialog box, a reminder that when it has a preview button, you need to turn that on or click it on, because otherwise you won't see the changes that take place. So I'll click the preview button and go back up here, and notice that what's happening there, you see that the text is in fact no longer right out to the edges of the box. And so it simply looks much more professional as opposed to this one. And we're going to put a little bit of, we're going to put a color fill in it here. And here you see the difference. This is not correct. The text goes right out to the edges of the color block. Here it has been inset a bit and looks a lot better. Okay.